this video is going to be focusing on how to get better at Strikeout in particular. So in Strikeout, basically the main idea is get kills, hold the objective. So what I would say would be a good like strategy for Strikeout would be to start by like going and taking out like so like obviously like take the what I mean by that is take the objective, and then from like with the objective back up so you get like a well depending on what kind of rogue you're playing, basically get well positioned. That way like yeah, get well positioned so that people so you will see them before they see you. Maybe even have somebody focused on watching for flanks or have someone flanking. But have like at least two people like surrounding, I guess, the objective, like just right around the objective so that no one's going to get out. Or like none of the like the opposing team will not get
Don't
into the
worry.
objective.
They'll run when they see me.
Make sure the flankers are like good. Like if you have a person flanking, make sure that they're probably like a fragger or something like that, like a lancer, talon, chalk, something like that, where they're going to be able to take out one or two people before going down themselves. So with Strikeout, yeah, like I said, the kills and the objective thing isn't the most important thing, but it does come into play. Like people will really use it in the end. And it's a good thing when it's like a 4v1 or whatever, like where like they only have like I don't know, like where they have like two people still alive or something like that, and you still have like a few lives left. It's going to come into play because the people are gonna have to make a rash decision. So definitely making sure that you can force them to do something stupid, like force them to rush force them to rush that, because if you hold the objective and just don't they can't like you know what I'm saying, like they will end up losing as soon as the thing happens, like as soon as the timer runs out. So they only have what, a minute
that works.
like a minute most to get and take the thing from the team. So that can become really important in gameplay, like holding the other team. So take it in the beginning, make sure that the other team can't get it so that you're getting that extra like kill every once in a while. Yeah, and then at the end, make sure that your team has it, because if they have to do a stupid move, like make them do something stupid. That's something that can really be helpful. So that was like the Strikeout like objective part of the game. Now I'm gonna try to focus on like getting kills and stuff. So because that's like another big part of Strikeout. So I would say probably obviously get better at tracking and things like that. Do different ranges, and find the range that you're best at, and try to keep all your fights at that range. So if you're really good at point fights, for point blank fights especially. So learning how to hip fire is super important for those super close range rogues like Talon. I've gotten really good at hip firing just because Talon is my main rogue. Without hip firing, you're not gonna win a lot of those like point blank fights.
Defending here.
Also, yeah, like other rogues, I guess would be Lancer. I think honestly, I have never seen an handle that hip fires so close up. I've never seen an handle where their first idea is to hip fire. Like I've played like 3 games where I'm like, dude, if you hip fire, you would have killed that guy. But because they took the time to go down to ADS and like it just changed up their it changes the sensitivity. So like they're not gonna be able to track as well from like point blank range when the people are when you're not hip firing. So when you're hip firing, you can actually track faster. And so when you're point blank range, if you're not hip firing, you're not going to be able to track them. So that can really come into play in some games. Like I know I've been able to pick up people that were trying to
all enemies have been eliminated. That's one way to do it.
And I want to say they have like I think there's like a
stop sucking. Get up.
what's it called? Like I don't know, like
That works.
aim assist on hipfire, especially like so if you guys just aim assist, and they've nerfed aim assist, so it only happens when you're within like I want to say like 9 feet or something like that. But yeah, it's still like a good thing. Also, I just want to throw in here that any rogue that had 6th Sense now has tracker rounds, and in case you guys didn't know, that basically is like Dallas's ability where he can see you through walls and stuff. So that is actually super helpful, especially in gunfights where, so like if you were using like a far range shooter or whatever, I don't know, or you have like a sniper, like if you have a phantom on your team, so you just hit a few hits or whatever, pings them for 4 seconds, and then the phantom can know exactly where they are. So that's a pretty good tactic to do. Yeah, so for kills, like I said at the beginning, dive rolling is super effective because like it throws off the balance, like because it's all, I feel like in Rogue Company it's all about getting the jump on people, or like I guess throwing like a wrench into their plans. Like they're trying to like do a super like strategic, you know, plan where they're all like sticking together, doing something weird like dive rolling. Can really throw like a hitch into their plan, so they won't see it coming. So like also turning corners. So if you're turning around a corner, you can dive roll, and that gives you a second to hop up and shoot them, and then they can't shoot you. And that's like, you know, those brief seconds. It's harder for them to know exactly where you are, especially if they're aiming for the head. Like if they're expecting you to come at head level, you'll be like at knee level, and they won't be able to. They won't think that you will dive roll. But yeah, just change things up, because doing the exact same thing every time is not gonna work. Can I think of anything else? Yeah. So I see a lot of really good players that just don't reload. So they leave their gun at half mass, and it's like, and I reload way too often, but like I'm Talon, I use a Talon, and so it takes me a half a second to reload. So it's like, why wouldn't I reload? And so whenever I'm watching other good players use people like you're using Lancer, all you have to do is roll and you reload your gun. Why aren't you just reloading your gun? But it's just silly things like that. Like, make sure you reload. Like, make sure to reload your gun.
Okay.
Yeah, that's basically it for today, you guys. I hope these tips make you better at Strikeout, because they definitely help me. I think probably the most important one is working on
that works.
shooting range. I'd say that's most likely the most tip of the day. Whatever, I don't know. Because working in the shooting range, literally I worked for 10-15 minutes, and I have dropped like 20 plus kills every single game. I was able to drop a 40 bomb. I went from like 15 to 20 kills like average, and now I'm dropping 25-30 kills average with a 40 bomb. Like, that's really good improvement, and that's super it's super obvious improvement, because like I get, like, you can't train to be like brainy. I don't know, not brainy, but like understand. You can't train people how to understand the game, but you can train people how to get better at tracking. I guess you can train people on how to use their brains, but like it's a lot easier to get better at shooting and tracking than it is to get better at knowing how the game works. But yeah, like map knowledge is super important too. So like mix your brain with your skill, with your accuracy, and yeah, so that's super important.